Live from beloved comedian to accused rapist. Tonight, new details on the allegations that got Bill Cosby charged and the sentence he faces if convicted.
The wife of an incoming mayor facing a 50-count indictment, the time she could spend in prison if convicted.
Dozens of people protesting in downtown Columbus in the wake of the Tamir Rice case. The changes they're demanding from Ohio's Attorney General.
2-1. I'm Dom Taveri, joined by Jeff Hogan. New at 5, Zeke Elliott shows up at Media Day on a cart. Jeff, what'd you find?
I found some interesting answers to the question, what is battle frog? I did my homework. Did you? You won't believe the answers.
From Central Ohio's news leader, this is 10 TV News at 5.
Now at 5, the man who made America laugh is officially charged with sexual assault. And this afternoon, he was hauled into a Pennsylvania courtroom. Tonight, comedian Bill Cosby is out on $1 million bond. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kristen Hartman.
And I'm Scott Light. Jerry Revish is off tonight. This is the first time the 78-year-old has faced charges despite years of accusations by women who said that Bill Cosby drugged them and raped them. Kenneth Craig is outside the courthouse in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania, with tonight's top story.
Bill Cosby left a Pennsylvania courthouse Wednesday afternoon after his arraignment on charges of felony sexual assault. Bail was set at $1 million. The 78-year-old comedian is charged with aggravated indecent assault against a female employee of Temple University, Cosby's alma mater.
These charges stem from a sexual assault that took place on an evening in early 2004. At Mr. Cosby's home.
This is the first time Cosby has been charged, despite years of accusations by more than 50 women. The allegations in the criminal complaint echo claims made by other accusers.
On the evening in question, Mr. Cosby urged her to take pills that he provided to her and to drink wine, the effect of which rendered her unable to move or respond.
The charges against Cosby are second-degree felonies. If convicted, the 78-year-old could face 5 to 10 years in prison and a $25,000 fine. But that might not be the worst of it. Several other accusers have filed lawsuits against Cosby. Attorney Joseph Camerata represents 7 of them.
If he's convicted of similar type of conduct, it has a significant impact on the civil case.
Cosby has publicly denied any wrongdoing, but in court documents related to this current case, he acknowledged a series of affairs and sexual encounters outside of his marriage of almost 52 years. His next court date is January 14th. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Elkins Park, Pennsylvania.
We want to give you a closer look at the allegations against Bill Cosby. The alleged incidents involving him date all the way back to the 1960s, but the first public claims weren't made until 2004. More women came forward in 2008 and then again this year in 2015. You can certainly read more about this entire investigation on our website at 10tv.com.
We are following breaking news in South Columbus. South High Street is closed in both directions after a fatal crash. This is happening at the intersection of South High and Southgate. 2 other people are also injured. We have a crew heading to the scene, and we certainly will bring you more on 10TV and 10tv.com. Now at 5, Lancaster's incoming mayor is dealing with a legal crisis before even taking office. Brian Kuhn's wife is indicted on theft charges and could face life in prison. 10 TV's Bryant Somerville is live in Lancaster with new details on the charges she faces.
Yeah, Kristen, this fall, county officials brought in a special prosecutor given a conflict of interest here in Lancaster. William Archer is an assistant prosecutor in Hocking County, but for the last couple of months, he's been working this case. Earlier today, Archer announced Bridget Kuhn, the wife of Mayor-elect Brian Kuhn, has been indicted on 50 counts relating to embezzlement that allegedly happened over the last few years. In all, investigator David Kessler says more than $400,000 is believed to have been taken, and 3 businesses were affected: Fraser Electric, the American Legion, and the Cameo League, which is a nonprofit that helps put on yearly events like the Lancaster Festival. Archer says Kuhn would pay fraudulent invoices by transferring electronic funds and then would change the routing numbers to go directly into her own account. Kessler says it's likely these businesses weren't the only ones.
If there's any other entities where Ms. Kuhn was handling money, put in a position of trust, authority over finances, I invite them to come forward and contact me.
And we have been told that Bridget Kuhn picked up a copy of that indictment earlier this afternoon. That indictment has now been made public. We'll have much more on this story tonight at 6 o'clock. Live in Lancaster, Brian Somerville, 10 TV News.
Brian, thank you. And Bridget Kuhn is the only person charged at the moment in this case. But when asked repeatedly whether her husband, Lancaster's mayor-elect, had any knowledge of or involvement in her alleged crimes, the prosecutor would only say the investigation continues. 10 TV's Glenn McIntyre caught up with the mayor-elect this afternoon.
How tough is it to take office under these circumstances?
Well, I would say it's not like what anybody would want to deal with, but I've got a job to do, and I know that.
Our interview with Lancaster Mayor-elect Brian Kuhn, what he says about his wife and to the citizens of Lancaster. It's tonight at 6.
Well, right now, dozens of protesters are in downtown Columbus, and they are demanding change. This comes 2 days after a grand jury decided not to indict 2 Cleveland officers in the shooting death of a 12-year-old, Tamir Rice. 10 TV's Maureen Cosat is live downtown with details on the crowd's demands. Maureen?
Yeah, and those protesters just left the lobby of the Rhodes Tower, home to the office of Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine. But they were here for 2.5 hours demanding justice for Rice. Now, I want you to take a look at these pictures from a little bit earlier. It was at about 2:30 this afternoon that about 100 protesters marched from the State House across Broad Street to the Rhodes Tower, saying they refused to accept the grand jury's decision to not indict 2 white Cleveland police officers in last year's fatal shooting of the 12-year-old.
It's a lot of anger, a lot of disappointment, a lot of frustration, a big lack of understanding why, we have to fight like this. A 12-year-old was murdered in cold blood.
Now, those protesters were here demanding a face-to-face meeting with the Ohio Attorney General. DeWine is not in the building today. He did speak with the protesters by phone and told them that he would schedule a face-to-face meeting. However, federal prosecutors in Cleveland are still examining the details of the Rice case. Ahead at 6, what the protesters say they hope to accomplish from all of this. Reporting live in downtown Columbus, Maureen Cosat, 10 TV News.
Maureen, thank you. Well, we will be closing out our year with a Doppler 10 weather alert. Flood warnings are extended into tomorrow for both Marion and Pickaway counties.
Our crews found flooded roads and fields today near Circleville. You see it right there. Doppler 10's Ashley Barassi is in for Chris tonight with a look at when the water will recede. That's the question, Ashley.
Well, right now the National Weather Service has those warnings in effect until 1 o'clock in the afternoon on New Year's Day. So be aware of that in those counties. Right now here in Columbus, we are sitting right above the 40-degree mark. 41 degrees out there, but with the wind chill, we feel as if we are closer to the freezing point at 33 degrees. Clouds sticking around all around Ohio from Toledo to Cincinnati. Taking a look at our Doppler 10 live radar, no precipitation to talk about, although we will talk more about those flood warnings and how chilly it will get. Tonight will be right around 30 degrees. We'll have your New Year's Eve forecast coming up just ahead.
Ashley, thank you. All right, we're less than 48 hours away from the Fiesta Bowl, and the Buckeyes, they are getting warmed up in Arizona, although the temperature today has only been in the 50s in the Phoenix area. And you know what? They're also doing something else. They're talking to us here at 10 TV.
Yeah, but it has been sunny.
Yes,
that's the big thing.
They've seen the sun.
Yes, and blue skies. Well, Media Day is a chance for us to sit down with the Bucks and the players to have some fun, too. 10 TV Sports anchor Dom Tiberi is at University of Phoenix Stadium with the very latest. Hey, Dom.
Hey, guys, how about this view? And you know what? The weather is perfect inside, although there's plenty of sunshine outside. University of Phoenix Stadium, this place is amazing. And, of course, Friday afternoon, the 7th-ranked Buckeyes will be taking on 8th-ranked Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl. As you mentioned earlier today, it was Media Day, our chance to talk to all the Buckeye football players. And, you know, they seemed loose and ready to go. They're certainly anxious to play a football game. And, you know, history is on the line. A victory over Notre Dame would be career win number 50 for the Buckeye seniors, 18 of them, which would be the national record.
If they win this game, it's the most successful 4 years in college football history. And I've shared that with them. And, you know, for Darren Lee or Von Bell, I'm not sure they understand what history means. You know, history for them is the last 15, 20 years. But to be able to say this most successful run in 4 years in the college football history, I know for this old guy that means a lot.
Yeah, it certainly does mean a lot, and it'll mean a lot to those guys once they realize as their careers end what they were able to accomplish. That's absolutely amazing. 50 wins over a 4-year span. Now the stage is set, which should be one heck of a football game. Of course, everybody's rooting for the Buckeyes back home. And, I can tell you, these guys seem very serious. They had their game faces on. I mentioned they were loose, but they're also anxious. They want to play a game. It's been a month since they played a game, and I expect them to play very, very hard. Live inside the University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona with the Buckeyes, Dom Tiberi, 10 TV Sports.
Dom, thank you. And stay with 10 TV throughout the week leading up to the big game on Friday. And join Dom, Dave, and Kayla for a live Buckeye Blitz special. That's tonight at 10, only on 10 TV News and 10TV.com.
Well, it is the official name of the Fiesta Bowl, but do you know what Battle Frog is?
It's the nation's leading outdoor fitness event. Football? Not even close. Find out what the players think of Battle Frog and the Fiesta Bowl.
Having run 154 marathons, athlete Dan Leidy was the last person you expected to see on the heart transplant list. Why sharing his story has become his heart cause.
Closed captioning on 10 TV is sponsored by the Original Mattress Factory.
Celebrate the new year with the deal of the decade. Up to half off. Up to $1,000 in cash rewards. Up to 72 months, 0 interest. That's 6 years. Shop between 10 and 11 New Year's morning and get a free gift card up to $100 at Big Sandy Superstores.
So you want to trade in your sleigh?
Yep, and I only drive it one night a year.
Really? How many miles are on it? Get thousands more for your trade during the year-end blockbuster sales event at Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Dublin. Choose from over 300 new vehicles. Jeep Cherokees, $169 a month. Jeep Wranglers, $179 a month. Join Santa and shop the big event at Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The better way to buy.
Invest in your rest and save up to half off. Buy any Ultra Premium mattress set and choose from a huge selection of free items like an Ultra HD TV. Free. Plus get up to 72 months, 0 interest. That's 6 years. Now that's the deal of the decade at Big Sandy Superstores.
Save big at Menards. How big? 11% big on every item for your biggest projects. With 11%, make it warmer. No, 11% warmer. Easier. How about 11% easier? Save 11% on doors, every door. Save 11% on flooring, all flooring. Save 11% on lumber. That's right, all the lumber. From this to this, or even this. There's no end to the possibilities with an 11% rebate on your entire purchase. Hurry in for big savings.
10 TV News is sponsored by Menards.
New at 5, we have just learned a man who was hit while riding a motorcycle near the OSU campus has died. Columbus police tell us they are still looking for the driver who hit Robert Heilman. It happened near the intersection of North High Street and East Hudson Street. This was back on December 12th. Witnesses told police it was either a white or a cream-colored sedan that hit him and then took off.
A teenager who used an affluenza defense after a drunk driving crash that killed several people could remain in Mexico for a while. Authorities in Mexico detained Ethan Couch after he and his mom used a cell phone to order pizza. But today, his lawyers won a 3-day delay in his deportation. It was based on a constitutional appeal that could lead to a legal process lasting weeks or months.
He doesn't believe the rules apply to him. He doesn't believe the laws apply to him. So unless he changes that, again, I'll say it, we haven't seen the last of him in our legal system here.
Couch disappeared earlier this month, shortly after this video posted to Twitter. It appears to show him at a party with drinking, possibly violating his probation.
Well, warnings have been issued all over Columbus about not letting New Year's fun get out of hand. Coming up on New at 5:30, the type of celebration that is not only illegal, but deadly.
Make a resolution to watch more Jeopardy! Test your knowledge with
sewing, boxer briefs,
and
a tough food category.
Which will you master? Find out.
Tonight at 7 on 10 TV. Can you solve this puzzle?
Event is the category.
New Year's Eve party.
Gather the family and play more Wheel. tonight at 7:30 on 10 TV.
We're the name you know, we're the name you trust. And we proudly sell 1 out of every 4 new Chevys in Columbus. We are Maxton Chevrolet.
Value City Furniture presents how to make the most of every moment. First, take any moment and make it your own. Boop. There's a moment. Another one. There's another. This one needs help. Head to Value City Furniture, where you can always find furniture that makes any moment perfect at prices that are perfect for everyone. Perfect. And that's how to buy the perfect piece at Value City Furniture.
Here's to you, little guy.
Here's to you.
Happy New Year.
Here's to you. Here's to you.
And here's to you.
Happy New Year from Kroger. 2 liters of Coke, Pepsi, or 7-Up are 77 cents each when you buy 5. And DiGiorno pizza is $3.99.
Hey, Gary Sullivan here with Steve from USA Insulation. A little chilly, but it's been kind of a mild winter. Insulating's still very important, though.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know about you, Gary. 40 degrees is pretty cold to these old bones.
Chilly it is. Chilly it is. So the savings is still there.
Oh, no doubt about it. And even more so now because we have an offer to insulate any home for $99 a month.
Wow.
Interest-free. Walls, attics, crawls. Give us a call. 529-2440.
USA Insulation.
10 TV Skyview is sponsored by Classic Air and Tempstar Heating and Cooling Products.
New at 5. Sometimes life throws you a curveball, and sometimes it sends a hurricane your way.
That was the case with Dan Leidy. A change in his health turned his life upside down, and he knew he couldn't get back to right side up without someone else's courage to give, even in grief. It's why he is sharing his story, hoping you'll hear his message. When you live healthy, medical monitors are the stuff of someone else's story.
4 years ago, I never thought it'd be me. I felt like one of the healthiest people on the planet. But it turned out to be me.
Dan Leidy, the man who ran 154 marathons, the triathlete whose body carried him across so many finish lines, had to make it across the toughest one yet. Dan found himself in the race of his life. Only his heart wouldn't get him to the finish this time. Someone else's had to.
The terrifying thing is sitting around waiting
to hear when that life-saving organ might come along. Dan had dilated cardiomyopathy. Just months after marrying his Emily, doctors at OSU's Ross Heart Hospital put him on the transplant list. That was in October.
He was listed as a 1A for transplant on our heart transplant wait list. So what that is the sickest of the sick.
So sick, before Christmas, Dan was receiving round-the-clock care at the Ross and still waiting. Then he and Emily heard beautiful words.
We have a heart for you. And when he said those words, I on television, I can't tell you what I replied. It would not make the air, but it was joyful.
How long were you guys in the operating room?
It takes a while. It's about 6 hours. And he was in the OR Christmas Eve. I came out of the OR on Christmas Day. So it was really nice.
It really is kind of storybook. Was this the best Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
Yes. Yes, I jokingly said it even beat my Detroit Lions football outfit I got when I was 6.
Seriously, though, the man who can look forward to 2016 knows a donor, and that donor's family, even in their grief, chose to make it possible for Dan to run another day.
Somebody had the courage to think beyond themselves to give me a second chance to live.
It's a gift of hope and dreams.
And life. Yes.
And that's the smile that indicates all of that.
Yes.
Go, Dan, go. The Leidys know they're fortunate. Every day, 21 people in the United States die waiting for an organ. Dan says he would like to meet his donor's family to show them he lives to be a good steward of the gift he received. He hopes his story and the fact you never know when it could be you encourages people to check that box on the driver's license that says, "I am an organ donor." We'll link you to Lifeline of Ohio at 10tv.com.
You can see the appreciation on his face.
Oh, gosh.
Sure.
And he wears it well, doesn't he?
Yes.
I mean, he's just an inspiration, I think.
I'm sure you'll stay in touch with them as well.
Absolutely.
And the timing right at Christmas. I mean, just what a blessing for his family. So, very nice. Out there starting to feel a little bit more like winter. I mean, we were so spoiled for so long, but we're definitely going to see those temperatures start to dip back into the 30s and 40s. And so let's take a look at our Doppler 10 live radar, because right now we have no snow and we're going to stay dry. So we're not going to see any of the white fluffy stuff, but we have some flood warnings to still give you an update on that have been in effect from all the rain that we have been dealing with. As we zoom into our maps here, Marion County and Pickaway counties still under a flood warning right along the Scioto River, and that is in effect until 1 o'clock in the afternoon on New Year's Day. So be aware of that if you live in those areas. Right now, 41 degrees in Columbus. We're sitting in the mid-30s up in Delaware and Marysville. Looking at the wind chill, we feel a little cooler. We feel as if we're at 33 degrees in the capital city and the upper 20s north. 35 degrees is the feels like temperature down in Circleville. Today's high temperatures ranging from the upper 30s to 43 degrees in Columbus and 44 in Lancaster and Newark. Looking at our hour-by-hour computer models, we loop through the next several hours this evening. Clouds are sticking around. It's sort of that perma-cloud that we deal with in the winter, but we will start to see some sunshine as we go into the next few days. Tonight, mostly cloudy, cool. We'll bottom out right around 30 degrees, so we dip right below the freezing point. Now looking at New Year's Eve for those of you that have plans as you're going out and about. Earlier in the day, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. Clouds stick around really throughout the afternoon. We won't start to see that clearing until we go into Friday on New Year's Day. Planning our hour-by-hour temperatures for New Year's Eve, you can see we're sitting in the 30s throughout all of the day. 36 degrees will be our high temperature in the capital city, and just a few degrees above and below that as you go out into the suburbs. Talking about New Year's Eve, we'll stay dry with mostly cloudy skies. A chilly night, though. After that, ball drops will start to dip into the 20s, so bundle up as you're heading home. And then New Year's Day, we start to see that clearing. It'll be a mix of some sun and clouds, mostly sunshine to start 2016, which is some great news. For those of you Buckeyes that will be heading to Arizona, 60 degrees on New Year's Day, 1 o'clock, that game against Notre Dame at the Fiesta Bowl. So be aware of that. There will be nice temperatures over in Arizona. But we will be in the 30s throughout the next several days. All that sunshine, as you can see, going into the weekend, and sunshine throughout next week. We'll have a little warm up Monday into Tuesday as we'll be back into the 40s. But a pretty quiet forecast over the next 10 days.
Okay, Ashley, thank you. A Central Ohioan packing up to help in Texas. New at 6. The Central Ohio Red Cross volunteer willing to spend her birthday answering the call for help.
Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, your #1 Ram dealer with over 200 trucks in stock. That's more trucks than any other Central Ohio dealer. Hit the road in a new 2016 Ram Express Crew Cab, now just $299 a month during a year-end sales event blockbuster. Performance Columbus, now with 2 locations, Georgesville Road and Delaware.
Meet the Moores. We're the Moore family, and we're always looking for ways to enjoy more.
So we called Time Warner Cable and got even more than we expected.
More speed.
More TV shows and movies on demand.
More places to make more unlimited calls.
They even made it easy to switch with a 1-hour arrival window.
For $89.99 a month, you'll get 30 meg internet, TV, and phone. Plus, get free installation, TV equipment, and Epics included. And for a limited time, get a free trial of Showtime for 1 year. Call now.
It's not New Year's.
No, it's better.
It's the final days of Toyotathon. It's your last chance to get 0% APR financing on many of our most popular models. Our biggest event of the year ends January 4th. Don't miss all the fun. And don't miss 0 for 60 financing on Corolla or a $159 a month lease. And now, be the first to lease the restyled 2016 RAV4 for $219 a month.
Make the holidays happier at Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, you've met my Mr. Rooter plumbers. Today, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Electric. Hi, guys.
Hi, Megan.
We are applying for the job of becoming your personal electrician. From fixing an outlet that doesn't work, installing a ceiling fan, properly mounting a flat screen TV, or putting in a whole house generator. Any electrical issues that you have, these misters can solve. Call Mr. Electric today for a $75 ceiling fan installation, and I'll throw in a free dimmer switch.
Performance now has 2 locations with the largest selection of Jeeps in Central Ohio. Lease a new 2016 Jeep Cherokee Latitude for just $189 a month during the year-end sales event Blockbuster only at Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Georgesville Road, and at 315 and 23 in Delaware.
Get your Doppler 10 forecast on Sunny 95. It's a difference worth listening for in the morning and throughout the day. The weather is better on Sunny 95.
Welcome back. We're still following breaking news in South Columbus. South High Street is closed in both directions after a fatal crash. This is happening at the intersection of South High and Southgate. This is video from Chopper 10 that we just got into the newsroom. 2 others are also injured. Now, South High Street is expected to be closed for several hours, I should say. We'll keep the chopper in the air and keep you updated here on TV and online. Well, it used to be the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, but this year they've got a different sponsor out in Glendale.
They sure do. It certainly has an interesting name now, and that made Jeff Hogan want to set out to learn more about it.
For years, it was the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Well, now Battle Frog has taken over the naming rights, which begs the question I asked, what is Battle Frog?
I mean, it's probably a frog.
What is Battle Frog? You done your research?
Honestly, I asked about it yesterday. I don't know exactly what it is. Battle Frog? I have no idea what Battle Frog is, to be honest with you.
The Battle Frog, I was talking about that the other day. I thought it was the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. That's what I remember it as.
It's probably in the water, I would assume, so you could put 2 and 2 together that it's a frog in the water. I don't know.
Some amphibious creature?
Yeah, that's all I can put together. Never Googled it or anything.
Have you ever tried frog? It tastes like chicken.
I'm from New York. I don't eat frog. I mean, I've had frog before. Frog legs down in Texas. Tastes like chicken.
They're like an outdoor type of company, aren't they? Don't they do some of those things? I think I read somewhere.
Stuff.
I know Mrs. Meyer would, but
Yeah, it sounds like
Mr. Meyer might be getting a little old for that.
Ding, ding, ding. There you have it. A couple of guys got it right. You know, Battle Frog calls itself the nation's leading outdoor fitness event, creating unique and exciting experiences. Fits well with football, with a little commit to be fit flair to it as well. At the Fiesta Bowl, Jeff Hogan, 10 TV News.
But we're definitely not talking about frog legs.
Yeah, that one got off the rail pretty quickly with frog legs and, you know,
I don't know,
eating.
Yeah, maybe because it was named after chips before.
There you go.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe continuing with the food theme there.
The news at 5:30 is next.
Here's some of the big stories you'll see coming up. A warning for police for revelers this New Year's Eve, how a celebration got out of control and cost a Columbus girl her life.
With just weeks away until the first primary, GOP candidates fight to steal the spotlight from Donald Trump. What Trump says about the thought of Hillary Clinton being called Madam President.
And they were the most inspirational and also controversial celebrities of the year. We're going to take a look back at the top entertainment stories of 2015. The news at 5:30 is 2 minutes away.
Experience more than just the mattress store. Experience an original. The Original Mattress Factory.
Enjoy the annual Fantasy of Lights display at the Allen Creek State Park Campgrounds. Experience the spectacular light displays from the warmth of your car, now through January 3rd.
Shop Kittles now during the New Year's sale and save on a comfortable new sofa. Choose from Kittles' gigantic selection. Every style, every color, even leather. All with New Year's savings or no down payment or interest for up to 4 years. The New Year's sale at Kittles.
A wet concrete garage floor is an accident just waiting to happen. Get Naturestone flooring for a safer, more beautiful garage floor. Hurry, get 50% off Naturestone just in time for the holidays. Go to naturestone.com today.
The Commit to Be Fit Winter Hike Series is a great way to get out and get active.
So take part in our weekly guided or self-guided hikes in your beautiful metro parks.
Join us for the Winter Hikes kickoff at Blacklick Woods Metro Park, 10 a.m. on Saturday, January 2nd.
You'll enjoy refreshments, and if you complete 7 hikes, you'll receive a decorative or our year patch.
Log on to 10tv.com/fit for more information.
Metro Parks, Giant Eagle, Columbus Public Health, and the YMCA of Central Ohio. Proud sponsors of 10TV's Commit to Be Fit program.
Winter is a time of beauty in your metro parks. It's a quieter time of the year, giving visitors more solitude and spectacular sights. Hiking through the parks, you can see nature come alive in all of winter's wonder. Bundle up and enjoy adventures like ice skating or cross-country skiing. Or get a sled and feel like a kid again. So don't hibernate this winter. Get out and have fun in your metro parks.
Celebrate the new year with the deal of the decade. Up to half off. Up to $1,000 in cash reward. Up to 72 months, 0 interest. That's 6 years. Shop between 10 and 11 New Year's morning and get a free gift card up to $100 at Big Sandy Superstores. Invest in your rest and save up to half off. Buy any Ultra Premium mattress set and choose from a huge selection of free items like an Ultra HD TV. Free. Plus get up to 72 months, 0 interest. That's 6 years. Now that's the deal of the decade at Big Sandy Superstores.
10 TV News is sponsored by Big Sandy Superstore. From Central Ohio's news leader, this is 10 TV News at 5:30.
No gunfire on New Year's Eve. Police are certainly encouraging people to celebrate without firing shots. It is a tradition, though, for many on the holiday, but it can be a deadly one. Good evening to you, and thanks for staying with us here at 5:30. I'm Scott Light.
And I'm Kristen Hartman in for Tracy. 10 TV's Shelby Croft shows us one family who knows the danger all too well.
It affects me every year.
This scene from New Year's Day 1994 at the home Rachel Chaffins lives in today still haunts her 22 years later.
It was horrible.
That New Year's Eve, on this porch, her 11-year-old niece was accidentally killed.
They went on the front porch and he let her shoot the gun off, and then it exploded and the metal went in and killed her.
A complete accident that cost a young girl her life and devastated a family.
That's why billboards like these are going up all over town. Columbus police don't want to respond to these types of tragedies.
Celebratory gunfire is illegal, it's unsafe, and that is endangering our kids.
Police have teamed up with local pastors to get the word out to the community about not firing guns on New Year's. They get calls every year from worried residents. One came from this home last year.
You never know, stray bullets can... You never know where they'll end up.
That's the fear. Thomas Rothwell says it was friends in the home who called 911, and there's real reason to worry.
In the short time we've been here, there's been 2 shootings, one right behind our house and one across the street here.
Police say stray bullets can travel miles, accidentally pierce through homes, and can be fatal even falling from the sky. Rachel knows enough now to steer clear of any firearms on New Year's Eve.
We're just staying in, doors shut.
In South Columbus, Shelby Croft, 10 TV News.
And police certainly want to stress that it's illegal to randomly fire gunshots. Just because other people are doing it doesn't mean it's okay.
New at 5:30, a Dayton man is arraigned on charges that he shot a 2-year-old boy in the head. 20-year-old Nikolai Gray Jr. is charged with felonious assault. Police say he fired shots at a car on Christmas Eve. One of the bullets struck 2-year-old Christian Green in the head. The little boy is in critical condition. Police arrested Gray yesterday. Newark police need your help to nab a pair of suspects in a home burglary. This happened in the 500 block of Mole Street in mid-November. A neighbor's security camera captured this image of 2 people they want to question. If you recognize them, call Newark police.
Let's go to campaign 2016. GOP presidential candidates not named Donald Trump are coming after each other harder and harder. As for the Republican frontrunner, Mr. Trump, he's now setting his sights on fellow frontrunner, Democrat Hillary Clinton. With just 5 weeks before the first votes are cast, candidates are doing what they can to separate themselves from the pack, and that means turning on each other.
I think as we get down the stretch here, some of them get a little desperate and a little nasty in their attacks.
Marco Rubio was the focus of attacks from Chris Christie and Jeb Bush. The super PAC supporting Bush released this ad attacking Rubio's voting record in the Senate.
Rubio has missed important national security hearings and missed more total votes than any other senator.
And Christie went after all the senators in the race.
And Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz and Rand Paul, who come from the Senate, all who've never had an executive job in their lives.
Meantime, the Republican frontrunner, Donald Trump, is going after Hillary Clinton.
Believe me, women, if it's got to be a woman, which I'm all in favor of someday, it shouldn't be Hillary.
The billionaire businessman invited journalists onto his posh plane.
Try not to crash the woodwork if possible.
And said he's opening up his checkbook.
I'll be spending a minimum of $2 million a week, big ads in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina.
We'll see if his ads affect Iowans first as they caucus on February 1st. And former New York Governor George Pataki quit the race Tuesday, so there are now 12 candidates remaining in the GOP race for the nomination. Hey, join me this Sunday for Face the State and see if you agree with our top 10 list of news stories that help shape Ohio's political landscape this year, and the nation's landscape, too. Face the State, Sunday at 11:30 a.m. after Face the Nation.
And these topics will likely make next year's list. Ohio lawmakers are back in late January to take up other policy debates in 2016. There are two big topics. First, the General Assembly will decide new regulations for providers such as Planned Parenthood disposing of aborted fetuses. And leaders will also examine the potential action on medical marijuana after Issue 3 failed back in November. We are also tracking a Doppler 10 weather alert to end the year. Flood warnings are in effect for Marion and Pickaway County, Scott.
So let's get right on over to meteorologist Ashley Barrissey, who's tracking it all.
That's right. Right now, temperature's sitting 41 degrees, and it feels a lot cooler as if we are at 33 degrees with the wind chill. The bigger concern, though, is the flooding. You can see right here with our Doppler 10 live radar, no precipitation right now, but all the rain that we received earlier this week has caused flood warnings for parts of Ohio, northwest Ohio, but here closer to home, we're dealing with flood warnings in Marion County along the Scioto River down into Pickaway County, and these warnings will be in effect until 1 o'clock in the afternoon on New Year's Day. So be aware of that because of some minor flooding concerns in those areas. Mostly cloudy skies tonight. It will be cool. We'll bottom out at 30 degrees. How cold will it be for New Year's Eve? And do we have any snow in our 10-day forecast? I'll have all those answers coming up in just a few minutes.
All right. Thanks, Ashley. They are the stories that kept you glued to the television. Now at 5:30, a look at the top entertainment stories of 2016.
Having a little fun while preparing for the big game for the Fiesta Bowl. Why Zeke Elliott was riding around on a scooter earlier this morning.
Reaching record levels, the parts of the Midwest preparing for historic floods, and the rescuers who took place today, or the rescues that took place.
Hey, Dad, have you checked out chessround.com? We've got $79 leases on Chevy Cruiser tracks, $6,000 off GMC Terrain, and we've got $7,000 off Buick Enclave.
If you're thinking about Chevy, Buick, or GMC, think
chessround.com.
Here's to you, little guy.
Here's to you.
Happy New Year. Here's to you. Here's to you.
And here's to you.
Happy New Year from Kroger. 2 liters of Coke, Pepsi, or 7-Up are 77 cents each when you buy 5. And DiGiorno pizza is $3.99.
CareSource. As caring as you. That's healthcare with heart. Visit caresource.com.
H.H. Greg's made a New Year's resolution to bring you big savings on big brand appliances.
Greg's got it!
An LG top-load washer or dryer, $4.99 each. Plus, up to 24 months, 0 interest. H.H. Gregg.
Greg's got it!
Hey, Dad, have you checked out chessround.com? $8,000 off on Yukon Denali. We've got $9,000 off on Chevy Silverado. And, Dad, we've got $10,000 off on GMC Sierra.
If you're thinking about Chevy, Buick, or GMC, think
chessround.com.
This is Angela Pace for the 10 TV Community Calendar. The production Detour uses dance, drama, and music to shine a light on the effects of human trafficking. Call or log on for details.
Sponsored by Elk & Elk, Serious Lawyers for serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
Celebrate the new year with the deal of the decade. Up to half off. Up to $1,000 in cash reward. Up to 72 months, 0 interest. That's 6 years. Shop between 10 and 11 New Year's morning and get a free gift card up to $100 at Big Sandy Superstores.
There's no sale like the real sale, and the only place you can find it is a John Hinderer Honda. Now's the time to buy when 0 down gets you a 2015 Civic LX for just $179 a month. Or get the redesigned 2016 Accord for just $209 a month with no money down. Hurry in. The real sale ends soon, and it's only a John Hinderer Honda.
It's a great feeling doing business with John Hinderer Honda.
Is your home freezing and costing you a fortune? Let USA Insulation save you. Insulate your entire home for just $99 a month. Stop freezing. Start saving. Our premium foam gets into places other insulation can't. We can insulate your whole home for only $99 a month, interest-free. Give us a call, 529-2440.
USA Insulation. Invest in your rest and save up to half off. Buy any Ultra Premium mattress set and choose from a huge selection of free items like an Ultra HD TV. Free. Plus get up to 72 months, 0 interest. That's 6 years. Now that's the deal of the decade at Big Sandy Superstores.
Right now, parts of the Midwest are bracing for historic floods. Near St. Louis, floodwater trapped a man on top of his pickup truck. You see him right there. A fire truck towed him to safety as water poured out of his vehicle. It is just one of many rescues today as rivers and streams rise to record levels.
Water levels in some locations are predicted to exceed the historic crest during the Great Flood of 1993.
Back then, 150 major rivers and tributaries flooded, killing 50 people. Today's scene is similar. Roads are now rivers, trailers are underwater, and so are homes. Nearly 20 levees along the Mississippi River and its tributaries could fail.
Kristen, airlines are scrambling to get back on track after hundreds of flight delays across the country, too. Thousands of people are stuck inside airports, including here at O'Hare in Chicago. The airport set up about 400 cots last night for people who've been calling the terminals home. They're just waiting and waiting for their flights to be rescheduled. Don't forget, you can track the status of your flights in and out of Port Columbus right from our website. Just log on and visit us at 10tv.com/traffic. Well, hoverboards were certainly popular Christmas gifts this year, but people who got them in New York City, they can't use them, at least legally.
That's the code word there.
Yeah.
However, 2 state lawmakers want to change that. They want to make hoverboards legal in the Big Apple. According to New York state law, they are a motor vehicle that must be registered. There's the hook. But there's currently no way to register them.
I wouldn't be good on a hoverboard.
No.
It just wouldn't be good.
I think if you're, kids, because their center of gravity is lower, it's easier for them.
And they don't have a fear of falling yet.
Yeah, there you go.
I do.
Me too. Ringing in the new year.
The European city that won't be celebrating the new year, at least with fireworks.
And the Pickerington North Marching Band got the chance to play at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida today. They even took the opportunity to give a shout out to the Ohio State Buckeyes as they prepare to play in the Fiesta Bowl. That's nice.
The holidays can be a hard time to stay fit. I'm Jeff Hogan. Family meals, delicious desserts, celebrations everywhere. But keeping your family healthy is still the goal, and it can be easier than you think. First, don't overdo it. Enjoy your favorite foods, but say no to seconds. Make lighter meals. It's always a good time to start healthy traditions. And stay active. Walking burns calories and keeps you warm. For more, visit 10tv.com/fit.
Metro Parks, Giant Eagle, Columbus Public Health, and the YMCA of Central Ohio. Proud sponsors of 10TV's Commit to Be Fit program.
Obviously can't fit this under a tree.
How are you going to hide this? We asked real people what they thought of Chevy's holiday deals.
That's awesome. I like it.
I love it.
That's a really good deal.
Holiday gift, Christmas gift. This would be the best any gift, bar none.
Can I have the keys?
Wrap up the deals and wrap up the year in a new Chevy.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get a sign and drive lease on this Chevy Malibu Limited LT. And get $1,000 lease cash on select Malibu vehicles in stock.
At your Central Ohio Chevy dealer.
It's Mattress Firm's Overstock and Clearance Sale. We're clearing out over $30 million worth of overstock and clearance mattresses. Don't miss Sealy Queen sets for just $299.99. Get a luxury pillow, mattress protector, or mattress frame for just 88 cents each when you purchase select mattress sets. Hurry in. It's the final days to buy now and save on select Tempur-Pedic mattresses before prices go up on January 5th. And through Sunday, get 0% APR for 5 years. Only at Mattress Firm.
It's not New Year's.
No, it's better.
It's the final days of Toyotathon. It's your last chance to get 0% APR financing on many of our most popular models. Our biggest event of the year ends January 4th. Don't miss all the fun. And don't miss 0 for 60 financing on Corolla or a $159 a month lease. And now, be the first to lease the restyled 2016 RAV4 for $219 a month.
Make the holidays happier at Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
One thing we can rely on in this house is UVerse high-speed internet.
Yeah, it's super reliable for streaming the game.
And really reliable when looking up recipes.
Yep, super reliable.
AT&T UVerse high-speed internet. With 99.9% reliability, it's one thing you can rely on.
Dan Tobin here from your Chevrolet Buick GMC dealership, where there's always great deals on over 700 cars and trucks, all at one location.
It's time for our year-end closeout sale, featuring leases starting at just $69 per month and up to $10,000 off MSRP. The year-end closeout sale is a great time to buy with huge savings on our entire inventory.
Visit us now at dantobin.com or come in and see us just off I-270 in Sawmill, exceeding expectations every day. And happy holidays.
Making news right now, there won't be any fireworks to ring in the new year tomorrow in the capital of Belgium. The mayor of Brussels is canceling the display after threats of a terrorist attack. This week, Belgian authorities arrested 2 people in connection with a plot to attack police, attack soldiers, and also go after other popular sites in Brussels during the holidays.
Well, from an amazing transformation to a shocking revelation and another British sensation, 2015 brought us its fair share of celebration and controversy. Olympic athlete turned reality TV star Bruce Jenner became Caitlyn Jenner.
It's about all of us accepting one another.
Charlie Sheen revealed he has the AIDS virus.
I'm here to admit that I am, in fact, HIV positive.
Sheen says he was diagnosed 4 years ago, around the time he was fired from the hit CBS sitcom 2.5 Men for his erratic behavior. More than 50 women came forward with accusations of sexual abuse against Bill Cosby dating back decades. Today, Pennsylvania prosecutors charged the actor with sexual assault from a 2004 incident. Cosby denies the allegations. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner broke up after 10 years of marriage. Rockers Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale also called it quits, but she quickly rebounded with a romance with Blake Shelton, who split from his wife, Miranda Lambert. Jennifer Aniston, Cameron Diaz, and Sofia Vergara all got married. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West welcomed their second child, and Sandra Bullock adopted her second child. Jennifer Lawrence became the highest paid actress, but criticized Hollywood for still paying her male co-stars more.
Turn your weapons.
She also wrapped up the final installment of the Hunger Games series. Viola Davis became the first African American to win an Emmy for Best Actress in a Drama. And ballerina Misty Copeland became the first black female principal dancer with American Ballet Theater. The smash hit musical Hamilton brought hip-hop to Broadway with a multiracial cast performing the life of founding father Alexander Hamilton. Taylor Swift took on Apple over not paying artists during a 3-month free trial of its streaming service and won. And Adele's long-awaited third album, 25, became the top-selling album of the year in its first week. David Letterman signed off after 33 years of late-night television.
Thank you for everything. You've given me everything.
Stephen Colbert took over as host of The Late Show.
Nothing will stand in our way.
And a blast from the past broke box office records. Members of the original cast of Star Wars reunited for Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
So much happened.
I know, The Force Awakens was the highlight of my entertainment year. I so enjoyed that movie.
Okay.
Didn't like any of the other ones and loved that one.
I saw Concussion with Will Smith. Go see that one, too. Put that on your list as well.
All right.
And The Big Short about the whole Wall Street crash.
I have heard that's great.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is. Okay.
Weather, kind of gray.
Movie review time is over.
Yeah.
We'll send it to you for
Well, I'm glad you guys are handling that, because I don't see a whole lot of movies. That needs to probably be my New Year's Eve or my New Year's resolution, to see more of those. But yeah, sort of gray and yucky out there. We will start to see the sun return as we go into the next several days and into the new year. Looking at our Doppler 10 live radar right now, we don't have any precipitation, so all the rain that we've been dealing with over the last several days out of the way. All we have to talk about is flooding, and we do have flooding concerns in several areas of Ohio. So as we zoom into our maps, Marion County and down in Pickaway County, there is a flood warning in effect until 1 o'clock in the afternoon on New Year's Day, and that is because of minor flooding concerns with the Scioto River. So be aware of that in those areas. Now, the North Pole is warming, and I'm telling you this because today the North Pole read over 50 degrees above the normal temperature right now. So not only are we dealing with warmer temperatures here in Ohio, but even the North Pole is seeing warmer temperatures. On average, temperatures are about 5 degrees warmer than what they were in 1900. So you could start to see a little melting at the North Pole because they did get above freezing, and they could be close to 40 degrees by later this week. 41 degrees right now in Columbus. 33 is the feels like temperature because of the wind chill. So we feel as if we're right by that freezing point. And we're really in the mid 30s to low 40s all around central Ohio. With wind gusts, we have winds really in the 10 to 15 mile per hour range coming out of the west. So it'll feel just a little breezy, but nothing overly concerning. 43 degrees was our high temperature today. The average this time of year 37, so we still sit above average. The low was 38 degrees set this morning, where 24 degrees is usually our average low. 63 degrees is the record high temperature. So we're saying so long to the 60s that we were holding on to for so long. Looking at our hour-by-hour forecast here all around central Ohio, clouds sticking around throughout the rest of the evening going into the overnight hours. So we'll call it mostly cloudy. Lows tonight bottoming out right at 30 degrees. Looking tomorrow at New Year's Eve, we'll start at midnight tonight going through the day. You see those clouds will stick around as well. So it's going to be mostly cloudy, but will remain dry for any of your plans as you're heading out and about to celebrate the new year. So your high will be 36 degrees, cloudy and chilly. However, tomorrow night's low will be in the 20s, so you'll want to bundle up after that ball drops, especially when you're going to be heading home. Here's Friday, New Year's Day, a little bit better, a mix of sun and clouds. You can see all that clearing come 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll have some higher clouds start to roll in, but more sunshine than clouds to start 2016, so that's great. Speaking of the new year, let's talk a little climatology. The record high for New Year's Day, 67 degrees, record low, -6. We won't be anywhere near either one of those extremes. And the most snow we've ever had on New Year's Day, 5.2 inches. That was set back in 1964. We hold on to the 30s for several days. We'll have a little warm up on Tuesday, but look at all the sunshine. Not a whole lot to complain about. We'll be seasonable or slightly above average for the next 10 days.
Hello from University of Phoenix Stadium here in Glendale, Arizona. I'm Dave Holmes with your Buckeye Blitz. Behind me is the home field for the NFL's Arizona Cardinals, and there will be plenty of NFL caliber talent on this field this Friday when the Buckeyes play the Fighting Irish in the Fiesta Bowl. It's easy to forget Notre Dame spent much of the season in the top 4 of the college football playoff rankings. Just like the Buckeyes, they were a couple plays away from having the chance to play for a championship here, and because of that, the Ohio State players are expecting a battle.
Well, I think they're the best receiving corps that we'll see all year. They have a very fast receiver in number 7, and they're just good all around. They have guys all over the place, athletes all over the place, so it's going to be a great challenge for us, and we're really looking forward to it.
A few weeks ago, Buckeyes offensive lineman Pat Elflein announced he was returning to Ohio State for his senior season. Now we have a little more insight into that decision. Elflein will make the move next season from guard to center, a position he is familiar with. Pat's backed up a little center with Jacoby Bourne, and he thinks it gives him the best chance of succeeding in the NFL.
The pros are coming back, you know, graduate, possibly start graduate school, play center, and that just outweighed the pros of leaving early because I was just getting inconsistent information of where I was going to go. So it was a safe bet. I want to graduate. That's my main thing. And come back and play for Ohio State. I mean, my family's in Columbus. I love Ohio State, and you know, you can't get better than playing for the Buckeyes. So.
Coming up next on the Buckeye Blitz, there's always some craziness at Media Day during Fiesta Bowl week, and Zeke Elliott provided the fun this morning. What on earth is Zeke doing riding a scooter, and who does that scooter actually belong to? We'll explain next.
Right now at Kittles, save store-wide or make no down payment with no interest for 4 years and get $50 bonus cash. The New Year's sale at Kittles.
Celebrate the new year with the deal of the decade. Up to half off. Up to $1,000 in cash rewards. Up to 72 months, 0 interest. That's 6 years. Shop between 10 and 11 New Year's morning and get a free gift card up to $100 at Big Sandy Superstores.
Hugh White Honda is dreaming up a white Christmas and giving away $100 a day all month long. A $100 winner drawn every day for 30 days. $3,000 in all. And during the Happy Honda Day sales event, get year-end clearance prices on over 1,100 available Hondas. Our lowest prices of the year. Civic, just $89 a month. Accord, just $149 a month. Have a white Christmas and enter to win $100 a day every day at Hugh White Honda, I-270 and Georgesville Road.
Invest in your rest and save up to half off. Buy any Ultra Premium mattress set and choose from a huge selection of free items like an Ultra HD TV. Free! Plus get up to 72 months, 0 interest. That's 6 years. Now that's the deal of the decade at Big Sandy Superstores.
Welcome back to University of Phoenix Stadium. We had an absolute blast this morning during Media Day at the Fiesta Bowl. Take a look at the entrance from Ezekiel Elliott. Forget the trendy hoverboard. Zeke is rocking an old-fashioned scooter. Now, to be fair, Elliott knows a thing or two about how to cover a lot of distance on the ground. But it turns out this isn't Zeke's scooter. He borrowed it from his teammate Tommy Shutt, who has to miss the Fiesta Bowl with a broken foot.
Well, it was just out of the buses, and I didn't want to ride it in. So he said he was going to take it in, and I told him that probably would be the best idea, something like this. But, you know Zeke, he had to do it.
This jacked Tommy for his ride. You know, it looks sweet, so I wanted to ride around on it. You know, I'm kind of a goofy guy. Probably shouldn't have done it. A lot of people are superstitious, think I probably shouldn't ride around on it. But I think it's a pretty sweet ride.
Yeah, Zeke told me, quote, I jacked his whip. Right now I'm encouraging all parents to ask your teenagers exactly what that means. I believe it means I stole his car. We're having a good time out here today at the Fiesta Bowl. We'll have more on the game coming up in our 6 o'clock show. Scott, Kristen.
Hey, at least he's not injured. Normally you see players on a scooter. That means something's wrong with a knee or an ankle or something like that.
He needs to be careful on that thing, though,
That's right.
before the game.
We're talking about this in just a minute, buying a new home.
Next at 5:30, the Americans looking to become first-time homeowners in 2016 and the areas with the best deals. But first, here are the big stories you'll see new at 6.
It's going to be a lot more years than she has to live on the earth.
A legal crisis for the mayor-elect of Lancaster. The punishment his wife now faces after she was indicted on theft charges.
Demanding action. The person these protesters hope will open up a new investigation into the death of 12-year-old Tamir Rice.
Plus, committing the cardinal sin in college football. The Central Ohio Buckeyes brave enough to admit attending Notre Dame. And the latest on the Buckeyes from Media Day in Arizona. It's next at 6.
Elk and Delk, Super Lawyers Top 5, National Trial Lawyers Top 100, Martindale Hubbell Top Rated Lawyers, Multi-Million-Dollar Advocates Forum, and Elite Lawyers of America Platinum member. For a top rated injury lawyer, call 1-800-ELK Ohio.
The holiday season is here, and it's time to celebrate. With the best savings of the year, we're making this holiday the happiest of holidays. Get the Elantra with 0% APR for 6 years or $2,500 bonus cash, but only at Hatfield Hyundai, Reichert Hyundai, Coghlan Hyundai, Dennis Hyundai, and Dennis Hyundai of Dublin.
Maria was always a hero in our hearts, and now she's a hero to many because she was a registered organ, eye, and tissue donor. Say yes to donation. Visit lifelineofohio.org.
Don't miss the year-end clearance sale, where every new Honda is clearance priced. Civics, Accords, HRVs, CRVs, Pilots, Odysseys, and more. Drive Civics with 0 down payment, 0 security, and 0 first month's payment. Just $200 a month. Hurry in now for low financing, 0.9% for up to 60 months. Plus ask about college grad and military offers. Hurry, the year-end clearance ends January 4th at your Central Ohio Honda dealers.
Here's the perfect way to end the year. The final days of the Ford Holiday Sales Event. Get 0% financing for 60 months on 2015 F-150 and Focus and 2016 Fusion and Escape. Plus $1,000 holiday bonus cash on 2015 Focus and 2016 Fusion and Escape. and no payments for 90 days. Now during the holiday sales event, get a 2015 Focus with 0% financing for 60 months, plus up to $2,250 in total savings, or lease for just $159 a month.
Get your one-of-a-kind Ohio State mattress, available now at Sleep Outfitters.
A portion of all OSU sales will go to benefit the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer. Go to sleepoutfitters.com/OSUbed for details.
Check out the real sale at John Hinder Honda, home of the $4,000 minimum trade.
Since 1897, Byers Auto has been celebrating the holidays right here in Central Ohio. Nothing is more important than family, especially this time of year. It doesn't matter which holiday is yours or how your family celebrates. The best gift you can give is being there. We hope you have a safe and happy season. We hope that your 2016 is your best year yet. Happy holidays from the Byers family at Byers Auto.
The FDA warns that IVC filters implanted to catch blood clots can cause serious injuries, such as heart or lung damage or death. Call Elk & Elk if you have an IVC filter, whether it's causing you a problem or not. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's your lineup tonight. I Get That a Lot kicks off CBS Prime Time tonight at 8. Code Black follows at 9. And then join Dom Taberry and Dave Holmes for a special Fiesta Bowl edition of Buckeye Blitz at 10. And after that, stay with us for 10 TV News at 11. In tonight's Consumer 10, an increasing number of Americans, including many millennials, are looking to buy their first homes next year. Real estate site Trulia surveyed about 2,000 Americans, and here's what they found out. 75% say that they want to become homeowners, but they also think it'll be hard to get a mortgage. Trulia predicts the key will be where you decide to buy, and they also say there are some real steals right here in the Midwest. There is more news for you straight ahead. 10 TV News at 6 starts right now.